Hi Cancers, this is Joanna from Tarot with Joanna, here to do another reading. Hello, hello, hello. So Cancer, in today's reading, I'm going to give you one card from the Denise Lynn Oracle cards. Going to do your reading and then, one from Archangel Michael. Sorry about that. And then do your reading and then clarify. Don't forget to look at your moon sign, rising sign, and sun sign to get a better picture. And also, thank you to anyone that has joined me on my live. I appreciate you being there. Continue to see the community page for more readings. Okay, so let's do this. All right, this is for Cancer for their highest good. One card for Cancer. Cancer, Cancer, Cancer. All right, so you have cleansing waters. Purification activates by vibrant life force. So yeah, definitely. I feel like you need to really clear your energy right now. I feel like you could be going through a healing, just soaking up a lot of people's energy. So, really get yourself grounded, really, just step outside for a little bit, whatever you need to do to get grounded. One from the Archangel Michael for Cancer for the highest good. Wow. So it says, it's time to play. You're working too hard and worrying about everything. Seek out joyous experiences to bring balance into your life. Yes, definitely. So remember that it's not just about work, sleep, work. You have to enjoy life also. So really try to bring that into a big factor in your life. Like really try to do that, okay? Because, try to get your, paint or do something creative or just go outside and have fun, whatever it is, just enjoy. Live in the moment and enjoy your life, okay, Cancer? Remember, it's not always about work, even though for some of us it is, but you still got to take that time to really enjoy yourself, okay? And make memories, take pictures, do what you need to do. All right, so here we go. Take what resonates with you, Cancer, and leave the rest. This is for Cancer, 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 Cancer. All right, one card for the current, Cancer. Wow, the High Priestess. Wow, you really do have an inner knowing about what you need to do. I feel like you need to trust your intuition. I feel like there's a lot of limited potential, unlimited potential around you and within you. That you can do anything. One for the situation. Well, you have the Five of Swords. You're still angry about something. You're still holding on to some kind of anger, frustration, anxiety. One for what you need to do now. For the past. I'm sorry. For the past or now. King of Wands. Needing to put things in order. I feel like whatever it is that you're trying to create and do, like whatever passion that you want to create, it's time to put it out there. Get things in order, get things going, do things that you need to do. Remember that the King of Wands is not here for no reason. He knows how to create and do what he wants in his life. What's hidden for Cancer? Oh, yeah, the King of Cups. And the reason I laughed is because you also have the King of Wands. It's very interesting. With the King of Cups, I feel like you're needing to, feel like you're going to know how to handle yourself with your emotions, and try not to be harsh with people or take it out on anything. But we'll see what the cards say because it's in the hidden. Something about you're not seeing something. And then the hopes and fears. Why is the hopes and fears here? You have the Moon card. Wow. Really trust your intuition, you guys. I feel like at times you're not really seeing clearly. I feel like you could be like just not really seeing at all. Like you could be fogged. Or you may not see what's ahead, But really trust your intuition, okay? Really needing to use your intuition, that inner knowing. What you need to do now, the Queen of Wands. I feel like you really need to do your own thing with the Queen of Wands, and what you need to do now is be your unique self and not pay attention to anyone that is going to bring you down, okay? Just like do your thing. Do you. You do you, okay? Find your light. Be you. Be the light to everyone. And then what you need to work on, the Six of Wands. Hold on. Excuse me. Sorry. I didn't want to sneeze into the microphone. So you have the Six of Wands here, and the Six of Wands is definitely talking about you wanting to be successful in everything that you're doing. You want to do a lot, but you're wanting that success, that victory and success. We'll see why it's there. And then you have the outcome, Ten of Wands. So very overwhelmed, carrying a lot on your shoulders. I feel like you're needing to set deadlines or boundaries also. Definitely walking away from something also. There's something here about, you leaving a lot of problems behind, because sometimes there are things that you're feeling stuck on. Maybe there are things that you're not seeing, because you do also have the Eight of Pentacles. And then you have the Three of Pentacles here, and the Three of Pentacles is talking about being recognized, being coming up with your ideas, some kind of partnership or collaboration with someone. But definitely having people help you also is here. Wow. Really take the time to rest, okay, guys? And I feel like you are definitely going to be moving forward from a lot of things, but you still need to go through so much here. Really take your time with things and really have patience, okay? So take what resonates with you and leave the rest. This is for Cancer. Cancer, Cancer, Cancer. All right, Cancer. Let us do this. The High Priestess. Why is the High Priestess here? All right, so you do have the Ace of Pentacles here. I feel with the Ace of Pentacles, this is your new start. This is your new path. I feel like there's opportunities around you. I feel like this is a new beginning. I feel like there's going to be new projects here. I feel also too like, there's so many changes and there's so much to do, but you still have to go through all this. Like there's still things that you have to go through, like in this cycle. Because you are definitely going to go through this beginning, and there is financial opportunities here. New things coming in, new experiences coming in. But trust your intuition on things, okay? And I also feel like you are doing new things. I feel like you're going through a lot of different, learning something different, trying something different, which is very nice. They're also asking you to really trust your intuition with things and use that inner knowing. With the Nine of Pentacles here, I do feel like you need to have gratitude for everything. Even if it's not what you wanted, really have gratitude, okay? Because being grateful and having gratitude really puts a lot of things coming through in your life, because you're grateful for what you have. So it opens the door for more, okay? I feel like you really need to look at everything also what you've done in your life, the accomplishments, achievements, the things that you have done. You take a lot of things and you don't really see that, and a lot of us don't. We don't see that, hey, we raised our children, or, we were able to buy a house when everybody else couldn't, or, we survived this or we survived that. Like really look at the things in your life that you have completed and you have accomplished, okay? And that's what they're saying. Find your courage and your confidence also to do something new is what they're saying. You have the Five of Swords for the situation. And why is the Five of Swords here for Cancer? One more card. So you do have this, you still have a lot of anger within you. You're very angry, frustrated, and have a lot of anxiety within you, trying to do this, wanting to do that, and I feel like, you're having a very hard time because you still hold on to a lot of it. You have this Five of Swords where you're angry and frustrated, right? And you also have the Four of Pentacles here, and the Four of Pentacles, you see it, the person there, and they're holding tightly to it. It's like you're holding on to the past very tightly, and it's time to let it go so that you can go to the new, so that you can go on this new cycle, so that you can, walk through it and not hesitate to see all these new experiences that are coming through. Because if you're still angry and still frustrated and still holding on to the past, it's hard for you to see this new path. They're asking you to really let go of this, to work on letting go of this, the changes. I mean, of the past that you're holding on to adapt to the changes that are going to come through, because there is a lot of changes that are coming in also. And then you have the King of Wands. It's time to put things in order. It's time to put your passion out there. Like what it is that you want to create, to work on something that's going to make you happy. Because I do believe that you are very successful, Cancer, and I do believe that you push forward in everything that you do. You don't just sit there. You try to make things happen, and I do believe that you will be successful. But you also need to have that patience, because it just doesn't fall out of the sky. It happens because you work hard on it. Yeah, the King of Cups here, and why is the King of Cups here for the outcome? I'm sorry, for what's hidden. One more card. Good, good. Wow. So, you do have the King of Cups here. The King of Cups is definitely talking about, knowing how to handle things. And you do, okay? Because with the King of Cups here, he knows how to express himself without being mean, without being harsh. Really watch your P's and Q's when you're talking or communicating with anybody, okay? I feel like you're trying not to stay in your emotions. I feel like you're just trying to go forward to something new. I feel like you're caring, and I feel like you know how to handle all your emotions, even when you feel a lot. And it's very nice because he is the king and you are too. Whether you're male or female, you know how to handle yourself. They're asking you to really trust your inner knowing, because the High Priestess is here twice, okay? Trust your intuition. You know who you are. Focus on this intuition, okay? Open it. Try to use it. Trust yourself. Whatever you have to do, even if it's like self-reflection or whatever it is, really try to go within to use and trust your intuition. I feel like you're definitely moving forward from a lot. I feel like there's celebration here. I feel like there could be some kind of proposal or some kind of marriage here around you, or there could be just some kind of celebration and happiness together. So it's very nice. I like that. I like that a lot. You do have the Moon card here, and for the hopes and fears, and why is the Moon card here? One more card. Wow. Okay. So with the Moon card, you may not be seeing things clearly, okay? But, you will, okay? I feel like you just need to trust your intuition on things more, okay? You do have the World card here. The World card is definitely talking about a new cycle here. I feel like you could be wanting to help the world in some kind of way. Or the people around you, like, giving them some kind of guidance or some kind of, some kind of words, because people come to you and they talk to you and they listen to you. I feel like there's a new cycle here. Definitely, you're waiting on it, but they're asking you not to rush on things, okay? Because the Knight of Wands is definitely here, and when the Knight of Wands comes in, he knows that he needs to go forward, but he moves very fast, okay? So you got to be careful on what you're doing, because you may not be seeing things clearly, and you may just jump into things, and they want you to be more careful with everything that's going on. You have the Queen of Wands up here, and why is the Queen of Wands here for what you need to do now? All right, so with the Queen of Wands, I do feel like you need to be assertive here, Cancer. I feel like you need to just be your unique self and not let anybody steal your light or stop. Also, too, I feel like you need to stop caring about what anybody thinks and do your own thing. I feel like you just need to find your courage and your confidence to be the light for yourself and for others, because you are. You know how to shine bright and let everybody, know what they are, and you uplift people, and that's very nice. I feel like people come to you and they tell you how they're feeling, and, because you're like the light, they see that good aura of you, you know. People will come to you and just tell you what they feel, what their problems are, and they're like, can you help me? Can you help me? You know, that kind of thing. You know how to handle everything that comes your way, no matter what. Remember that. Don't stop listening to other people. Like, stop doing that. Take care of yourself only. You know, be your unique self. Don't be afraid to just be you, to do your thing. Okay, you're not a follower, you're a leader. Okay, stop listening to what anybody else is saying or doing, and stop caring about what anybody thinks. Do your own thing. I feel like a lot of times though, you overly give. You know, people come to you and they want your guidance, they want your opinion, you know, but they want you to do this for them, they want you to do that for them, but sometimes you overly do it. And I feel like you really need to set boundaries there, or set something where you're not going to overly, like, you're only going to do it for a certain amount of time, and yeah, that's it. Okay. But really, I feel that, also feel that there could be some kind of abundance here. Somebody could be giving you some kind of money, some kind of abundance coming through. Very nice. And I feel like you could be helping others too, like helping and being generous with it. You do have the Six of Wands here. And why is the Six of Wands here? For what you need to work on. So with the Six of Wands here being in something that you need to work on, I feel like you're wanting this success. You do. You want the victory. You want to be recognized. You know, you want that success. You do. But I feel like you just need to really just take your time with things. You know, you will receive it, but it takes time, and it is in divine timing. You know, you also have the King of Pentacles here, and the King of Pentacles is saying, take your time. Take your time with things. You know, he didn't become the King of Pentacles for no reason. He didn't become the King of Pentacles because he rushed through everything. He took his time. He was consistent. He made all the effort that he needed to do with it, and it took time. And that's what they're saying to you. It takes time to get to this point, but it will. You will, but you need to just like take your time with it. Okay. And then you have the Strength card here, and the Strength card is saying, you know, have patience for everything. Even though you're not seeing what you want to see, just have patience, you know, really have patience, have understanding, you know, find your confidence and your courage to just like deal with everything that's going on, because you can deal with it. You know how to handle yourself. You do. But there are some times that you get very, you know, impatient, and they're asking you to find your patience with it. Find your strength, you know. And also too, they're saying that, you know, whatever it is that you're going through, use it as a lesson, learn lesson. Use it as a stepping stone for the next chapter, for the next cycle in your life, okay? To keep going and not giving up. You have the Ten of Wands here. And why is the Ten of Wands here for? Cancer. One more card. Wow. So with the Ten of Wands, I do feel like you're very overwhelmed with things. I feel like you're carrying a lot. You know, you're carrying problems and, you know, obstacles, and trying to do it all, you know. And the thing is that sometimes you can't, okay? And I feel like at times you feel like you're doing it all by yourself, because you also have the Five of Pentacles here. You know, feeling overwhelmed, feeling like you're doing it all by yourself, like you know, that you have no help. You know, and it's very frustrating, very, very, very frustrating, very, like, that's why you have a lot of anxiety. That's why you're angry, because, you know, you have to do it by yourself, and it gets you upset. And they're asking you, you know, that there's a lot of things that you do need to find the answers to, and that you're asking and you're looking for the answers for. Like, why do I have to do it by myself? Why can't so-and-so help me? And why can't so-and-so do it also? And, you know, and it's like you ask these questions and you want answers to them. And they're asking you to go within, you know, because the Hierophant is here. When the Hierophant shows up, you know, it's time to go within. It's like you're looking for answers, you know, trying to find why it's happened, why things happen the way they do, you know. And it could be just that you're set in your ways, you know, wanting to do the things that you want to do by yourself, because you know that if somebody else helps you, they're not going to do it right, you know. So it's like they're asking you to really go within and seek the answers that you need, because they're within you, you know. And also too, I feel like you're also looking at your religion, your traditional values and morals also here. Wow. All right, so Cancer, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. God bless.